Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Twist Gaming. We are here live at Origins 2018 in lovely Columbus, Ohio, and I have the pleasure of being joined with Adam from Devir Games, who is here to show us their game, Dungeon Raiders. So, Adam, this looks like a very interesting game. I'm going to let you dive right into it.
Okay, so this is Dungeon Raiders, and the goal, what you're doing in the game is you are raiding through a dungeon, as the name kind of points to, and the dungeon has 5 levels you have to get through, and there's 5 floors on each level.
Okay.
There's a couple different, 5 rooms on each level. There's a couple different types of room cards. So we have monsters like this blob here. We have traps. We have treasure in a vault that allows you to kind of heal yourself, get items, get gold, and then another room that we haven't seen yet. And the way you determine what you see is by this card here. So green means the card is going to be face up, red means it's face down, and sometimes you know more, sometimes you know less. So on this one we wouldn't know near as much as we know now.
Okay.
So an example of how turn would work is it's a minimum 3 players. So if 3 of us are playing, we'd enter the first room with the blob. We would all pick one of these cards up here, which is either an item card or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strength card, and every player's hand has those 1 to 5, and the items are a bit different.
Okay.
And we play one of them face down.
Okay.
3 of us are playing against the blob. It's toughness 14, so we need meet or beat 14 to defeat the blob.
Okay.
So if I play a 5 and you play a 5 and our mystery third person plays a 3, we don't defeat the blob.
Okay.
What happens then is that player that played the 3, the lowest value card, will take 1 wound. And the goal of the game is, oh, that's the wrong token. The goal of the game is to get out of the dungeon with the least amount of wounds and the most gold. So the person with the most wounds just dies at the end. They cannot win the game.
Okay.
The person with the most gold who doesn't die wins the game. And so as you're moving through, the rooms work all differently. So the monster, I showed you how that works. The traps, they all target different things, which you can see there. That X represents wounds. The arrow pointing down means it's targeting the least amount of wounds.
I'm going to bring this up a little closer. There you go.
So the X pointing down means it's targeting the person with the least amount of wounds.
So is that one, this one right here?
Yep,
okay.
Right there. And the way it works is the same way as the monster room worked. So if we played our 5s against the monster, we don't have those 5s back. So our hand now is 1, 2, 3, 4 plus whatever items.
Okay.
So we'd play a strength card,
Okay.
and we'd look around the table, and whoever played the highest value strength card, that's what we're going to base it off of. So if somebody plays a 5, the person with the lowest wounds is taking 2 wounds.
Okay.
4, they're taking 2. 3, they're taking 1. And if we all play 1 or 2s, nothing happens. And so all the rooms kind of work like that. So when we get to the vault, whatever we play, that's what we get. You know, we might heal some wounds with those potions. We might get some gold.
Okay.
Treasure room, highest strength gets the gold. And then we go to the mystery room, which we would flip up at the end there, and we don't know what that is yet.
So now we're going to flip?
Yep, flip
Flippy,
it up.
flippy.
So we're on to the zombie.
That's
and
not a nice surprise.
No, and we will have played most of our hand at that point. So you get into the last room, and you kind of have to have an idea what you need to go forward. And there are items that let you look at those hidden rooms from the beginning. The torch will let you peek under all the rooms, and the sword gives you bonuses against the monster, counts as strength 5. Crystal ball lets you see everybody else's card and then pick the strength card you want to play. And the key just counts as strength 5 when you're opening treasures.
Okay.
So that's an example of a level, and then you'd set up a whole new level, and you go through that 5 times.
Okay.
Once you're through it all, you'll face a boss at the end. So in this case, we'd be facing a necromancer.
Okay.
So he works just like a normal monster, except you can play Crystal Ball, run away from him, and leave him to be fought by the remaining players in the game.
So that's this icon right here, Crystal Balls, Runaway. I mean, these are read the card, very simple.
Yeah, we always try to make it so once you read through the rules once, all the reminders are going to be on the card, so you can just go through and play without constantly having to reference a rule book.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So the win condition then is it's the person with the most gold and least amount of wounds. We're kind of in a little bit of hand management where you don't want to play all of your big cards right up front because you're going to need to save them for probably your big baddie at the end of your dungeon level.
Yep.
And you don't want to be the person playing the least card, so there's a little bit of bluffing, I'm assuming, like, oh yeah, no, I totally played a 4 to watch somebody else get the wound and get out.
Yeah, so there needs to be some cooperation to defeat the monsters, but there also needs to be, well, he has 1 wound and 10 gold. Like, I need to get him wounded, so I'm going to bluff to him and try and trick him into going for it.
Beastly. So talk to me a little bit. Who designed the game here?
So the designer of the game is Phil Walker Harding. This actually, there's a different edition released in 2011, and this is a brand new edition that has all new art, a bunch of rules tweaks to make it better. But he also designed Sushi Go and Imhotep, so he's done a lot of great stuff,
Okay.
and I don't think this is an exception. So.
Who would be the right audience for this game? Who are you marketing the game to?
So this is really, it probably fits in best with just regular gaming groups, you know. I mean, kids could play it, but it might be a little frustrating for them. But it's really a nice filler game because it only takes 20 minutes to play. So it's great
Perfect.
between those longer games. You're just looking for something fun and fast.
Excellent. Well, Adam, thank you so much for bringing us Dungeon Raiders. Was there any other points that you wanted to make sure that we let our audience know about the game?
Yeah, so the soft launch for this was this weekend at Origins, and the full loss comes out at Gen Con for $20 retail. So.
Very easy. If our audience wants to know more about the game or keep up with any updates, where am I sending them to?
DevirGames.com.
Excellent. Adam, thank you so much
Yeah.
for your time. I
Thank you for having
appreciate
me.
it.